Welcome to this week's Ask Alexa version of Behind the Fiction. I'm Alexa Larberg.
And I'm Stephen Campbell, and this is the show where we discuss this week's books coming from LMBPN Publishing. Alexa, what's first on the list?
Up first, we have Animus 10.
Animus 10, the actual title is called Invasion. As you know, we have trouble because we have so many books and titles. Sometimes it's easier for us to just remember things in terms of series and book numbers, and probably some of you guys are the same. But anyway, Invasion is, we're getting near the end for Kaiden and the crew. This book will end, or the series will end with book 12, and things are getting really serious here. So the future of humanity is on the line in this book. And the tagline for this one is, unfortunately, to pass his final year, Kaiden needs to not only pass the test, but to stay alive as well. And I don't know whether you guys are listening to the Animus audiobooks, but those are really good. The narrator's doing a phenomenal job with those. I think we're up to book 4 for audio for Animus. So give those a try if you like audiobooks as well. Next up is something you may have heard us talking about last week, and that is book 2 in the Scions of Magic series, Mystic Alley Groove. Alexa, what's up with that?
In this book, Cali and her magical lizard Fyre are caught in the crosshairs.
So why did we talk about this last week and again this week?
Well, because we publish a lot of books, and sometimes things don't come out when we think they're going to. So you got a sneak peek last week, and now it's coming out for real this week.
All right, Alexa, what's next?
Up next, we have Rise of the Grandmaster.
Rise of the Grandmaster. I don't know a lot about this book yet. I've talked to some of the people in JIT who have read it, and they really like it. It's a game lit type lit RPG type thing. It is a massive book, probably between 180 and 200,000 words. It
Wow.
is from the combination of Bradford Bates and Michael Anderle. So this is Bradford Bates' first LMBPN book, although you're probably, if you read a lot of our books, you're probably aware of Bradford because he's been writing in the style of books that we write for years. So you probably read some of his books. We're excited about this. The cover on this is amazing, and you'll see it somewhere in here. And that'll be, we're looking forward to that. Alexa, what is next?
Up next, we have Under Pressure.
Under Pressure is Moonlight Detective Agency book 4. And in this one, just Taylor and Remy are back, and the adventure continues. So let's just put it that way. And this is a series from Isabel Crawley and Michael Anderle. Alexa, what is next?
Up next, we have the Judah Black novels.
Okay, this is going to be kind of fun. Monsters live among us, and it's Special Agent Judah Black's job to make sure they obey the law. This is an omnibus. It's 4 books compiled into one. That's why it's called the Judah Black novels. And it's from E.A. Copen. We think you're going to really like this. And that's coming near the end of the week. But coming at the end of the week, Alexa, what do we have coming at the end of the week?
We have book 2 in the Opus X series, which is called Shattered Truth.
Shattered Truth. So unlike so many of our series, these are releasing every 6 weeks on Friday. So this is book 2. We hope you have read book 1, Obsidian Detective. If you hadn't, stop everything you're doing and go to your favorite electronic bookstore and buy it and start reading that. These are large books. They're around 120,000 words each. And book 1 really kind of sets up the characters to get us involved in what will be a 12-book story arc. So in book 2, Gia and Eric return. If you've read the book, you know this. Eric is a 30-year veteran of military operations. He's sort of set in his ways. Gia is, I don't know, she's about the exact opposite. She's much younger. She's in her early 20s. She comes from a wealthy business family, and they both found their way into the police department as detectives through loopholes. Eric wound up joining the police department because he wanted to solve a mystery that happened off planet where he was before, and lots of his men were killed. Gia joined because she is just all about justice and finding justice for people, and they kind of butt heads. in the beginning and through the beginning and into the second book. But, my sense is they're going to get to know each other a little bit better and begin to really appreciate one another. So this is a fun series. I have listened to the audiobook version of the first book, which is amazing. So if you haven't listened to the audio, if you like audio, this is another one that you should really try on audio as well as reading it on ebooks. And I think you're going to really enjoy it. Speaking of audio, we've got the 3 other books coming out this week in addition to Shattered Truth in audio. Alexa, what are those?
Well, we'll first start with Paladin, which is book 5 in the Vigilante Chronicles. People are super excited about this series and have been for a long time. So make sure you're caught up and keep listening. Next, we have Super Dreadnought 4 by C.H. Gideon. And lastly, we have Lunar Assault, also by C.H. Gideon. But Lunar Assault is book 4 in the Metal Legion series.
Right. So that's perfect. And as you can tell, like every couple of weeks, we have C.H. Gideon Day when the audiobooks are released. We're releasing both Super Dreadnought 4 and Lunar Assault on the same days. And those books are being released by Dreamscape Media, our audio partner for a lot of our books, including the Opus X books. So Alexa, thank you so much for joining us again this week. Will we be back again next week?
Yes, right?
Yeah, of course. Why not?
Okay,
We're here
good.
every Monday.
I was about to say, I think I always do this.
It was like a test. You almost failed.
I almost failed, but I didn't.
All right. Thanks, guys, for listening. We will be back in your ears next Monday.
See you then.